video? You know what we're going to have to do, Ekow? We're going to have to rewind. Because me trying out this new equipment on you, the first one was a failure.
Trial and error.
So,
trial and error.
we're doing trial and error. So, welcome. Abs of October Red. I'm glad. I'm happy to be joined by Take Two, Ekow Essuman. Welcome back. How have you been?
Thanks for having me. No, I've been good. Just obviously, after the last match, I've gone away. I've been working on things. Had meetings with the Warrens. That's how I got the fight that I have.
Yeah.
And happy to be here.
One of the things that I was saying before, we were rudely interrupted by my poor technical skills. The game of snakes and ladders, the games of, like I said, I've watched you fight. I know you're a good fighter. But the fight that you had with Harry Scarf, that's where we were. That's where I want to start from. Talk to us about that fight and what you're going to do moving forward.
The fight with Harry Scarf, I was feeling a bit stagnant with my progression in boxing. Been defending the British for so long. I defended it like 6 times altogether. I defended the IBF European 6 times, British 5 times. I wanted to push on world honors, top 10, push on. You can say a bit of frustration. During the match, there were things that didn't quite go my way. That you can feel aggrieved for, but at the end of the day, he got his hand raised, so be a man about it, don't moan, learn my lesson. And I learned my lesson from it. I've been working on the things that, say, rewind on the night. Despite the things that happened, I still would have won. So that's what you're supposed to do, really. So it's just one of those things. I mean, you take a loss, you learn more from it. You take a win, you learn a little. Take a loss, you're like, oh, okay, I need to work on this. I need to set this. I need to set pace on this. So, yeah, life.
Different people take things in different ways, though, don't they? Because, like you said, you view it as a learning. I've spoken to a few fighters that, it's kind of like learning. But Ekow, when you work your way up, say, like you said, you've had the European and the British and you've done all your defences now. When you're working up to world level, say, for example, if you had to take a loss at that level, would you say that's a different type of loss based on the level that you're at from where you are? And would you deal with that differently? I look at like the psychological sides of people losing, because sometimes fighters don't really come back after they lose. There's something kind of missing.
I wouldn't say that. I'd say more something ignited. Well, in my case, I'd say something ignited because let me put it like this. The Ekow that you see back in the ring, you'll probably feel is a bit unhinged. So, but in the right way.
No, we like unhinged. Talk to me about your opponent then.
My opponent, Owen Cooper.
And he said Bradley, that's why I said Mr. Cooper. It's on the slip of the tongue.
He I had the pleasure of watching him at the last Magnificent 7. I was doing some commentary on there. I mean, he beat who was in front of him. There was a lot to take away from the match because there were certain things I saw his opponent do that he shouldn't have done. There's certain things that I saw his opponent do that worked. So it was good. I mean, obviously you can't give away too much, but it's, as I said in the press conference, it's a match about experience, so I'm going to use my experience.
One of the things that we so often say is that styles make fights. Talk to us about his style and how that mixes with yours, or is it like a total clash of styles? Because we do like a good boxing match as well, but talk to us. I
think we have similar styles. He's nice and cute with a lot of things that he does. I'm nice and cute with a lot of things that I do. People always see kind of a mix of 2 different things with me, the kind of control pressure and the boxing. And moving forward, people are just going to be entertained.
We hear that often, entertaining fights, fighting in Birmingham on the Magnificent 7. Last time I was in Birmingham, I saw you there. Like you said, you was on comms. This time you're going to be in the ring. Have you fought in Birmingham before? And if so, let us know what you think of the crowd, because obviously I know you had it on comms last time, so we're quite a happy lot, aren't we?
Yeah, I could say that. My debut was in Birmingham.
Okay.
2016, it was in the city centre at one of the hotels. Wicked debut, wicked crowd. Then I fought Danny Bull. Very hostile crowd. That led to the hostility in the match. Unhinged Ekow. Crowd doesn't matter, by the way. It just is what it is. And this time coming forward, Birmingham again.
Career progression for you then, a win. Talk about stepping forward. Are you going to go back to where you were, or are you going to go an alternative route? Because you mentioned about obviously getting in the rankings. What's the plan for Ekow?
Stepping forward into the win. World ranking, really, just like I said before, the stagnation was kind of probably grinding me. Now it's just about moving forward, getting up those international ranks and exploiting the different belts out there.
We love it. I've got to get your opinion on the fights on the weekend. We can talk about the top of the card last, but what other fights stood out to you and why?
Oh, the Kakachi and Cordina fight. Oh, wow. Like, I was on Team GB with Cordina, so, like, naturally, I'm like, yeah, I was on Team GB with this guy, I like his style, this, that, the other. I put a lot of respect on Kakachi anyway, like, regardless, because I seen him box Woodstock, and I was just like,
yeah, I was there for that.
I was like, yeah.
He's live, isn't he?
Yeah, going into the fight, I thought I'd probably more slipping towards Cordina's side, and then after seeing what I seen, I was just like, yo, respect. Like, it is what it is, isn't it? That's the game.
Any other fights on the card that stood out?
The upper tier match stood out as well.
Talk to us about that, and why did it stand out to you?
It stood out, not saying that he didn't do as good as he should have done, but it stood out because obviously, it's like, yeah, he's kind of like the mean machine of his division, doing what he's doing, and then in that match, he didn't, like, it's kind of like when a force meets a similar force kind of thing, and so that's why it stood out for me.
Do you think that moving forward, because obviously Jay Opataya will have that memory of his jaw being broken on both sides, that's the person that's come back again? Do you think that it's him personally, as in Brady's personally, or do you think if anybody demonstrates that type of power, then that may push him to be as tentative as he was on Saturday night?
Yeah, it's a bit of both, you know. It's a bit of both. I think, as you alluded to something earlier, like when certain fighters take losses, it can show you what they're actually made of. Like when I fought Danny Ball, I broke his jaw in the match. But then, like, we get on now, like, I have so much respect for him. I mean, he's gone away, he's healed, he started boxing again. Then they've rang me up for sparring. And it wasn't like a spar where, oh, I'm coming to take your head off, I'm coming to take your jaw off kind of thing. It was a spar where it was very respectful, he was doing what he was doing. Like, yeah, I got a lot of respect for that. I could tell as a fighter, like, he only has upwards to go, because you can take the loss, you can learn from it. It's not no feelings involved, it's just work.
The final fight then, talk to us. Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk.
Oof.
At the aftermath, everything that we've seen the whole week, everything. The fight, let's stick to the fight. Talk to us about that.
What can I say? It was a good fight. Both of them had each other at certain points. Usyk really had Tyson wobbly at a certain point. He got gifted the experience of having to be able to get the comeback, and I mean, that's what he does. Like, sometimes he gets put down, but he'll come back, finish strong and whatnot. But what can I say? I think the best man won on the night. There's going to be a rematch anyway, so I mean.
And how do you see that going?
I think it's just going to be round 13.
Round 13. We go again. Listen, Ekow, it's been an absolute pleasure. I wish you all the best. I'll see you in Birmingham Fight Week. So I've just got to literally just roll out of bed for that one for a change. But all the best, an absolute pleasure to speak to you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
People say I'm toxic, and honestly, I don't care.